Hey, greetings and blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be talking about what's what now. News which has there's a new vaccine that's finally been approved. Um, I think by the Canadian government or medical board, however they do that, and this this particular I'm sorry guys, this particular vaccination has been used, already been tested on people in the UK, and two other individuals who received the vaccination actually had really bad allergic reactions to it, but so far they saying that they are recovering very well from the reaction and the allergic reaction of this medication. So um this is some really serious stuff that's going on here. And I'm going to try to, I didn't put any notes or do any cue cards because I'm trying to keep this. I want people to research for themselves. That's the thing. A lot of people don't research information for themselves. What they do is they will see a post that sound reasonable, it sounds rational. They get a lot of, they see a lot of people piggybacking on it, or a lot of people giving thumbs up on it and in agreement to it, and they feel that it's correct and it's accurate information when it isn't correct and it isn't accurate information. It is imperative, guys. I mean, it is so imperative that you do your own thorough research. There is uspto.gov that holds all other patents of the United States. Any patent that's been made, whether it was in foreign governments for the benefits of Americans in any form or fashion, they're going to be listed. And I did a post when this whole COVID situation came about. I did a post on Facebook where I actually provided concrete proof and links. I did screenshots too, because one thing about our government, as we know, they can change things around and they can make it to fit, you know, their theories. Proven point. If you guys don't believe it, go look up the First Amendment. Look it up and see. It's especially when it comes to filming in public, and you will see that there have been some things that have changed as opposed to how the original version. So this why for me it's important for I like to have information from other sources, from back in the days they call it. I like the old information as well as the new information, because the old information is the history, and it's giving you pretty much a guideline as to what is leading up to this new information. And COVID is not a new disease, or rather should I say virus. It's not a virus. COVID was it was created as a result of SARS, SARS abbreviation, and that's a respiratory, an acute respiratory system issue that was created when um, China was bombed um, by the Koreans. And all of this smoke, all this toxin and stuff in the air, and that's what created the COVID. They had a patent back then, back during 2001, 2000. I mean, World War One, World War Two. Hey, Dave, how are you? I have to give you mad shout out. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all of the success that you've accomplished thus far. I mean, the skies is the limit. I can't wait till you get your awards. Even if I can't be there physically, I want to be watching on TV or some kind of outlet, media outlet, cheering and rooting for you. So I am so proud of you. And I'm gonna get some music for you. I ain't forgot. I got some stuff in works now. I got some stuff, but COVID kind of slowed a lot of stuff down, unfortunately, for people, especially monetarily. So I got you. But yeah, COVID is not a new disease. What it is, or a new virus, it's new to us in essence because we were not born or living back during World War I, World War II, and we didn't have family and friends lower that we are aware about unless you know your family history. Because I have vets in my family, and they proudly talk about their history and stuff. Before those who have passed on. So it's a lot that's going on with this COVID. It's not new. As a matter of fact, archive.gov is another resourceful website that you can go to find that information. I really hate when people just try to piggyback off and ride off what somebody else's comment or post is because it sounds good, or because the person is being sarcastic, or they're being witty, or they're being funny, or they so-called themselves trying to insult those who may say something in opposition to them, or they don't understand the information that somebody posts or stated in a comment. They don't understand it, so they try to make fun of it and poke fun of it. But when you do your own research, and I'm giving you these websites with just with government backing on it, so that you can't say, oh, it's a third party website. Now, I will say though, when you go on some of the government websites, they do use some third party websites because their library, is so wide. The electronic library is so wide, broad, that they can't put it all on one server. They have to spread it out. So if you click on a third party link from the government website, from within these .gov websites, it's legit. So sometimes they will lead you to outside sources that's not .gov, but .com or .org, but it's legitimate when it comes directly from their website, because they're not going to put bogus and fake, phony websites under their websites. So with that stated, you can go to US PTO.gov, which holds all the records for trademarks and patents. And you can just type in COVID vaccination, or you can put in SARS, SARS, and it'll show you all of these different patents. As a matter of fact, something that a lot of people probably don't even know. And to be honest, I didn't remember it. I had completely forgotten about it, to be honest with you, until I was doing research, because I kept seeing people just posting theories and what they assume. And I was like, okay, let me try to give people some concrete information. I'm one of the type of people, I like to try to get as much concrete information as possible. So what I did is I went to Google, and Google holds every patent worldwide. And I forgot that they archives hold every patent worldwide. It doesn't matter what country, what nation, they hold them. And so I was able to confirm these patents from Google through the US PTO USPTO.gov. This vaccination has been revised several times. And so throughout, from the beginning, from World War I all the way up to now, it's being revised. And what has initially happened is, when you look at the makers of the vaccinations, it's people in different countries. You have scientists in different countries, biochemists in different countries and nations that have been together to come up with a vaccination. So the thing is, I think a lot of people feeling, based on comments that I was reading and that I've seen, people on it, a lot of people seem to have been under the impression that this vaccination is created by one group of people. No, it isn't. Or one government. No, it isn't. It's a collab force of different governments. Why do you think the patent is in Canada? Like this new vaccination, I think it's called Pfizer, and BioNTech. That's it. Pfizer, N, like the letter N, capitalized, BioNTech. And Pfizer, the P is silent, P for Paul, F for Frank, I for Indigo, Z for Zebra, E for Echo, R for Roger. The letter N, capital N, as in notation, BioNTech is the name of this new vaccine, and it was approved in Canada. But it's, you see, people worldwide are using it because it's a collaborative force. It's not just one group of scientists or one group of medical researchers or biochemists that are coming up with these vaccinations. They work together. So, with that stated, when I was looking, it did surprise me because the thing is, knowing government and understanding government is something totally different. It's like I can know your name, but if I don't understand why your parents named you the name that they did, or what that mean, which the meaning of your name is, then I just know your name, but I don't have an understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? Or why that name was given to you. So knowing and understanding are two totally different things, but a lot of people don't understand that, of course. But so this is really crazy. And then you think about how I need people to always listen to keywords. See, of course, the media, they're owned and read by the government. So through the ICANN.gov, there's, that controls all the telecommunications of the world. They are restricted to certain information that they don't, well, the government can restrict certain information that the media gives out to you, or kind of twist the truth, or just flat out tell lies, bold-faced lies, because they control the media. And so when that happens, is people get this false sense of hope, and they get falsified information. And then you have, that's why it's important for us to research information yourself. It's always, always important to do that. Um, and the fact that they tried to blame COVID on a particular group, like they tried to blame Africans. Remember, China tried to blame Africans. Then the United States blamed China, and because what happened first is the United States blamed China, and when they blamed China, then China tried to blame, Africans, um, for bringing COVID to them and causing a COVID, when we know that's not the case. Because I want you guys to listen to the key words of what they say in the media. The virus was released. If it's a new virus and it was supposedly had never existed, how can something that's never existed be released? That's just like if you have a wild animal in captivity and you finally release it into the wild, that means it was in your possession, or it was in the possession of something or someone at some point in time, in order for it to. Let me do this. I'm sorry, guys. So they they're streaming on different, platforms, but they tried to make it seem like it was just coming from one particular source. I mean, even still now, um, I was reading under a post by um, Street 94.5 FM radio, and you know, there's governors and state leaders and officials of local governments that are closing down bars. I mean, preventing um, NBA players and professional athletes from coming to the bars. They're banned from the bars because they're saying that they would cause a crowd of people, a large crowd of people, because people find out celebrities there, they're going to come, and also that they are high risk of causing the virus to spread. That is stupid. I got upset at the government and I got upset at the bar owners because there's too much information, too much proof that the bar owners can use where they cannot show any founded facts where athletes being at a bar or being at any place has caused a widespread, especially a deadly widespread of the coronavirus. I mean, that's just like so ludicrous. And I'm just like, come on, bar owners, like y'all stop being punks. Like stand up and fight. Stand up to your government. There's no founding concrete proof in why iota of this. And so I mention it. And of course, when people don't do their own research and when people don't understand why you state what you stated, of course, they want to try to laugh, poke fun at you and all this crazy stuff. But, I responded back to a few people, but I'm done with it. Like after I respond back, that's it. Think what you want to think, feel how you want to feel, and they just piggybacking, and following up behind a very ignorant person who obviously don't understand and don't know what she or he is talking about, and they're just piggybacking off of them. So that's what people do though on the net. They just follow the crowd, or they follow what they feel is funny or what they feel is trending or whatever. If they don't know how to do their own research, and then they take what they want out of out of people posts and comments, like they nitpick words out and they don't look at and read the whole thing. So anywho, that's neither here or there, but that's why people are still in the dark about COVID and how it works and how it's being spreaded. But that was like so ludicrous to me, because if you think about it, the highest count of COVID when it first really started hitting, it wasn't even in China. When it first really started hitting, it was hitting in Italy and in France really bad, especially in Italy. People was dying by the thousands there from COVID. So it's amazing how it goes from thousands dying in Italy to first it was the bat, then it was China, then it was the Africans, now it's the athletes. They blaming everybody. They blaming everybody for the spread of COVID. And let's be realistic, when after the presidential debate and runoff, it went back up. COVID shot back up. So y'all think about that and think about the states that it really shot up in outside of Chicago. Now, Chicago was the very first state that it really shot up in very aggressively. Then guess what? Pennsylvania. And remember, Dum Dum kept going up to Pennsylvania. Did they say he had COVID? But nobody said, and nobody trying to ban Trump. Said, well, Trump, you can't come to our facilities because you're spreading COVID. When you did had your campaign and stuff, a lot of people end up getting sick and COVID started spreading. Nobody blaming him though. I'm just saying, like, these governments are stupid and they nitpick at things that they want to try to blame things, and it's just dumb to try to single out athletes, professional athletes, and blame them for, or try to accuse them of being a catalyst in producing or doing a widespread, not producing, sorry, but causing a widespread, or potentially can cause a widespread of COVID-19. What about the people who are traveling back and forth on regularly for business or just for leisure or just because they can, they got it like that? Or people who go into malls and stuff and that's going shopping and they're in the public sector. Everybody don't wear a face mask, and let's be realistic, these face masks don't always work. I saw there were man, I need one of those lights where I could spray in the face mask, even the ones that they claim is, if they're not an into, they're not all that. So, but It's just crazy how they come up with these theories and stuff about COVID, but yet and still you got a vaccination that people are already having allergic reactions to. So who fault is that? Who y'all going to blame that on? Who going to be blamed for that? I'm just waiting to see who going to be blamed for. Oh, well, the vaccination caused a reaction. Okay, it's this party's fault. It's this group of people's fault. They're going to try to blame somebody or whatever. And I'm just, oh, all right, come on, it's it can be frustrating. I'm just fed up with this with the government just not taking accountability. That's my thing. Just take accountability. Y'all didn't know what y'all were doing. And then you had number 45 in there that, and y'all allowed him to play around with this situation for a long time. Y'all allowed him to completely ignore it, and y'all allowed him to continue to go play golf on taxpayers dying while people are sitting up there dying, doctors committing suicide because of the COVID being so aggressive, and patients are, and they're seeing the condition that people are in. That's a lot to deal with. Even you can only deal with so much trauma when you see people come in back to back. It's one thing when you people are not going to come in there with a gunshot wound with they from a shotgun with their brain exploded on a regular basis back to back. But you got people that was coming in there having these extremely aggressive side effects of in response to COVID-19, and the staffs, the medical and first responders, they're constantly seeing this. You know, you got the cops that's constantly seeing. You have the first responders constantly seeing it, which is, of course, in that category. You got the doctors and the nurses and the nurse staff and the hospital staff, those who work directly with patients. They have to constantly see this back to back to back on a daily basis. That is traumatizing as hell, especially when there is not a vaccination or a cure that was set in place at that time to either slow it down or to stop it. Well, let me rephrase that. There is one, but it wasn't revised. They didn't go and revise the one that they already had, to use that as a kind of like as a guide of how they could create a new up to date vaccination for COVID. It's almost what, a year and a half, almost 2 years, and going on 2 years, and so many people have died when there was already kind of like a format already laid out for this vaccination from World War I, World War II, and it still exists. Like the patent is still there, it's still valid, it's still active. Why they didn't just use that? You know why? Because we had Dami who was playing golf and not taking it serious. And so to me, you know, that's like a genocide to me. It's like he collude went against humanity. I would say a threat to humanity, killing humanity. Humanity. It's like he didn't take it serious, and we got weak people in Congress and in the U.S. House of Senate and House of Representatives that wasn't really standing up. Some of them did, but not too many. You had just a handful. I mean, Maxine Water, Aunt Maxine Water, she definitely got on his behind about it, and she got on Congress. She got on all of them. She don't care. She don't bite her tongue. The U.S. Supreme Court, she got on all of them because they sit up here allowing these men to play around and play games when people are dying. And this vaccine that they have could have already been created. And the over 3 million people worldwide, actually it's more than that, but I'm just keeping it at that number to be on the safe side. But the 3 million people worldwide that has died as a result of COVID could have been avoided. Like, that many people didn't have to die. But this is what happened when you have people that's playing around. And then you had China, you had the UK, you had France, you had the Italian government. which is European. For people who don't know, Italy is a European country. So, you had people trying to work with this idiot, trying to work with 45. That's why they became angry at him because they're trying to find a vaccination because they're losing their people. They're losing their citizens by the drones, and they trying to prevent any more of these fatalities as a result of them being affected by this COVID. And you got dummy, oh, well, I go out, I'm just fine. Oh, the air is clear. No, I mean, just brain dead, absolute complete moron, idiot, just a straight up idiot, not taking anything serious. Thanks to everybody who's watching. I'm sorry I can't see exactly who's watching, but if you can actually post a comment and I can actually see the comment, which is weird, right? But if you want to, you can leave a comment. But yeah, it's so much going on with this COVID situation that it has even start frustrating and getting to teenagers, getting to children, like 16-year-old Spencer Smith of Maine. This young man committed suicide. It hurts my heart. Like, I'm really, I can't even explain it. If I take it personal, because I have a child, and I can't even imagine a parent walking in and seeing their child being have killed themselves because they are over under so much pressure due to COVID, from the fact that you got them doing virtual schooling and they really didn't have a good system in place. They still struggling. That there's still a lot of tweeting to do with that, even still to date. But it really hurted my heart. I'm like, he's only 16 years old and he killed himself, not as a result of somebody bullying him and torturing him, not as a result of him being physically or mentally, psychological, or whatever, abused by his parents or by peers and loved ones or anything, but because of the pressure of COVID. That shows how serious it is. And I know some people don't feel or see it that serious, because when something doesn't affect a person directly in a negative way, a lot of times they don't understand. I mean, where it's really affecting their livelihood to a major degree. And then you got where the government, it was posted on, where the government is like, they're going to force, they're saying that they're going to force all children. If your child is under the age of 18, your child will have to get this vaccination that is going to be implemented. And if you refuse to take your child to get this vaccination, they're going to send the marshals to your home. They're going to have a warrant. It's kind of like the martial law. They're going to enforce it, where they can just come into your home if you refuse to comply, take your children out of your custody, and take them to facilities to get these shots. That don't make any sense, right? Because if their concern is about COVID being spread, then why would they come and seize these children from their home and put them all in a bus or paddy, however they're going to be transporting them, and taking them to a clinic where or even a mobile clinic, because they're going to be setting up mobile clinics nationwide where these vaccinations are going to be administered. So, and you as the parent can't even do anything about it. This is what we're dealing with, but it shouldn't even had to come to this had we had national leaders and state and local government leaders that were really being more proactive in taking the matter more seriously. The mayor, the governor um, of New York, Cosmuda's brother, he finally started really taking it serious when his brother actually contracted it. When Cosmudo contracted it, and he saw how, Chris Camuto, when he saw his brother being so badly affected by the COVID, It's like a green light came on and he snapped. And ever since then, he's been very aggressively advocating. And I have to say, sometimes, like I was just stating, sometimes people don't realize how serious something is until it affects them directly and affect their livelihood, or they see it affect their family, someone who they are really close to and really love dearly. That's when they start taking it seriously. But other than that, they're not. And so now that's where we have to take a stand. So, even if they rebuff you, that's not the point. The point is just let them know that you understand what's really going on, and that you can see through their lies, and you're not just going to lay down and be walked upon like that. You have to stand up to your governments, because if you do not, they absolutely will run all over you. Hey Doc, wagwan, my friend. How are you? Thanks for watching. And so when I read about this teenager killing himself because of the pressure of COVID, because he doesn't want to be forced to get the vaccination, because to my assumption, rather, this is completely assumptional. My assumption is he didn't want to get the vaccination. And but I know that his dad, he talked about it, and he was saying how parents really need to watch their children, and especially with COVID, um in this time of COVID, you can't just assume your children's in the room just on their social media, or just networking, or just on clowning around on TikTok, or IG or something like that. That a lot of children are really hurting. It's just like the 14-year-old young girl. I forgot what state this is in. This was recently too. This happened earlier this week. 14 years old, during class, virtual class, she took a gun and shot herself in the head and killed herself. Guys, this is serious. We're losing our babies. We're losing our children as a result of this. So when you have two teenagers in less than 7 days that committed suicide as a result of this COVID situation, it is telling. It is really telling. Um, and for me, I'm very hands on. I don't really like to do things virtually when it comes to certain things. Some things I like to be actively there, because it's easier and more comfortable and better for me to communicate. But you know, when you're in a situation where you're forced to just try to cope and deal with it how you want to deal with it. I mean, how the way the government telling you have to cope and deal with it. It makes it very hard and strenuous. Hey Doc, I'm trying to see. It says something about I saw a comment, but I can't see the comment. It showed that you left a comment, but I don't see it. So I don't know what that's about. Um, like on the IG. I'm not seeing it. But yeah, we're losing our children. And it's not gonna get better. It really isn't. Children, they deal with so much with society right now. They deal with a lot of peer pressure, excuse me, to look a certain way, to have this, to have certain things. I mean, it's on another scale. It's always been that way. I mean, people. I know for me growing up, people used to get jumped on just because they couldn't dress a certain way and stuff. The bullying and all of that stuff still exists. It's just now it's there's so many other mediums and ways that people can do it. They'll give out your phone number, they'll harass you on your online on your social medias. And because it goes viral a lot of times, anytime people are getting bullied, those kind of things go viral. But it's just amazing how the news about this 14-year-old teenage girl who murdered and killed herself because during actual virtual class, this don't go viral. Stuff like that don't go viral as far as awareness. Doesn't surprise me at all. But it's so many other forms in ways that children can be taunted and bullied and harassed is on another bracket now. And we as parents, we really have to pay attention to that and can't tell like we you can't just tell your children, oh, have tough skin. It's a dog eat dog world. That's how people are these days. You got to ignore them. You can't let them get to you. All of that is good advice and it's all true. However, it's not going to help them feel confidence or not feel hurt or feel embarrassed or feel humiliated just because you tell them that, especially when like a little like the young girl that's I'm so glad that I'm telling you God knew not to give me a daughter because I swear I wouldn't even be here right now. I'd probably be serving life in prison right about now. But some of these little girls, they'll show their boobs to the boys, or they'll do like a bra pic because they trying to imitate some of their favorite celebrities that's dressing like that and stuff. And they feel like if it's supposed to be so bad, then why is it always on the media every time you turn around? And which is true, you always see sexualized images of women and men, but especially mainly primarily women on social media. So they're like, if and it's girls that look like they're in their age group. So they're just like, well, if it's supposed to be so bad and why is it not shut down? Why these social media sites not shut down for allowing this to happen? And they give it to the temptation. And next thing you know, the boy or somebody sent all of their pictures all over the net. Is gone viral. Next thing you know, they killed themselves, and that's happened to a young girl earlier this year. A couple of weeks, a couple of months ago. But with hers, it was different. It was her own so-called friends. They thought it was funny, and that's the thing. People always think stuff is funny. Kiki, ha ha ha. Everything, and it's not just children. You got grown, good and grown ass behind people that sit up here and do stupid stuff like that too, because they think it's cute and they think it's funny. And so you got they're dealing with all of these peer pressure on another level, way more so than what we had it. And then the cost of living is much higher too. And the pressure to be trendy and to have certain things and to be a part and all of this, it is overbearing because me be looking at it and I be getting exhausted. I'm like, damn, like can children just be children these days? Like why they have to grow up so fast and have to present themselves in a certain imagery just to be accepted as a human being. I mean, it's really bad now. I mean, it's really, really bad. Way worse than what it was when I was growing up. So we never know what state of mind our children are in. I don't care if they smiling. I don't care if they laughing. I don't care if they seem all happy go luckier. Keep your eyes on your freaking children, parents. You have to watch them. You can't just assume they okay because they laughing and clowning and joking around. Because of that, Spencer, he was, a jolly child, happy go luckier child. Who would have known? His dad didn't even see it coming. You know, it's the 14-year-old girl who murdered herself, committed suicide on virtually. Her mom didn't see it coming. Her parents didn't see that coming. They didn't know their baby was getting ready to kill herself in front of the class, live, virtually. With the whole class is seeing this. Can you imagine how traumatizing that is to to the children who saw it, her classmates and her teachers? Can you imagine? No, you can't unless it's something. It's one of those things you can't imagine. So this COVID pandemic that people keep trying to make light of and not take serious, baby, it's very serious. It's very serious. It's more serious than you think. And just because you personally or someone that you really love and care for that you're extremely close to may not be experiencing the a really bad effect or negative effect of COVID to the point where their minds is being traumatized and they're about to lose their mind, where they going through a lot of emotional distress from it, where they're just being completely traumatized from it. That does not mean that you're that everything is okay, and that you're good, because it can happen at any given moment. All of us go out somewhere in public at some point in time. All it takes is you touching a germy door. All it takes is you picking up, you know, something like oranges has oil in it. It's an absorbent type of fruit, where if something gets on it, it doesn't necessarily always penetrate all the way through. It sits on the peeling. You can get infections from that. People with plastic, you get infections and bacteria, because a lot of people are not in the habit or just automatically clean their hand. I carry hand sanitizer with me all the time, and I have wipes. I don't be playing. I'm telling you, I have like a whole little kit in my bag. Let me see where my bag at. Oh, it's in the closet. I got a whole little kit in my bag where I carry stuff, because germs are everywhere, even on your own car door. When you go back out to your car to get in your vehicle, you don't know if somebody spat on your car door or if somebody licked your car door. People do stupid stuff like that. Sad to say, how you had people going in the store coughing on foods, how you had people licking ice cream. People do really ignorant, stupid, foolish, childish stuff like that. It's sad to say. Actually, this is not even child. I don't even know any children. I don't know any children that does that. I've never seen a child go into a grocery store and just start coughing on stuff or opening up containers of ice cream and start licking. We never see children do this, but grown ass adults are out there doing this stupid crap. So you could get germs at any moment, opening up freezer doors, the refrigerator doors to get milk or get eggs or get some kind of juice or whatever. It's in those behind those coolers. You can contract germs like that. So you can't say that you're completely desensitized to germs. You're not. You can get them, and you can catch the virus. You're not invincible to it. It can happen. A lot of people who thought they wasn't going to get it got it. And another thing too, 4th of July, y'all think about it. 4th of July this year, people went to the beach. They disobeyed ordinance not to take their asses to the beach, to stay at home. People went to the beach anyway. Guess what happened? Yep. Increase of COVID-19 cases, and I think they had like, it was like 20,000 deaths or something like that. Because people don't pay stuff. They think everything is a joke. A lot of people think stuff is a joke. They laugh and they play about everything. Everything is fun and games to them until it gets real, until it starts directly affecting them in a negative way. Until then, a lot of people won't even take it serious. They just be like, oh, you just talking, or y'all just doing too much, or y'all making more of it than what it is. Y'all being too serious. It's a too serious issue. You're supposed to be too serious, because it can happen to any of us. I'm sitting up here with pneumonia, guys. I know I don't look it. I'm sitting up here with pneumonia. I didn't get it from contracting it through nobody. I'm sitting in my own home and I contracted it. Let me tell you how I ended up contracting it in my own home. I have a disease that's called obstructive um, chronic pulmonary disease. And any little thing, from just a change in the air, to me going out, just opening up the door and standing outside on the patio to take a breather, just to go take my walks, because I like to take my walks. Anything, allergies, and I have allergies really bad. I don't have seasonal allergies. I'm not allergic to. I just have allergies. Period. I mean, I'm very sensitive. My system is very sensitive, so I'm very vulnerable. Vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin A, B12, vitamin K, black seed oil, all of this stuff I take, all of this stuff. So I don't want nobody sitting up there telling, oh, Dr. CB, let me tell Dr. CB been doing that for years before he passed. God bless his, universe, rest his soul. He's been doing stuff for years. People think, oh, well, if I do this for 30 days, 60 days, if I start eating like, look, I didn't get sick because I wasn't eating right. My body just started getting, at time, my body just started getting very delicate. And it started happening after I was in a car accident. So things can happen that can actually make you more vulnerable. And I'm sitting up here with pneumonia. I didn't put myself in no situation and get no dang on pneumonia. So that just goes to show you viruses can get to you some way, somehow. And you don't even have to intentionally put yourself in a situation to get it, and it can happen. So I'm just telling you guys what I know. It's not hearsay of what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. No, I'm telling you what we know. And a lot of people took their asses to the beach on the 4th of July, and then all of a sudden, all these people started dying, and the pandemic, the COVID-19 virus started spreading like wildfire again, and it got really, really bad. And they was able to sustain it and kind of minimize it. It didn't stop, but it was simmered. But then during the presidential campaign runoff and election runoff, and people started coming back out in the droves and in very large groups, not wearing masks, yelling and screaming. And when people yelling and screaming and cheering, spitting, saliva spitting, coming out like their mouth, sweat flying everywhere, germs all over the place. Now look what's happened. Spike back up, and people they already showed like there's a report. Dang, I can't pull it up. But you can check with your local Department of Health. I know here in Georgia, they be getting like almost over 5,000 new cases a day. Georgia is at a real high spike right now. Chicago, Pennsylvania, Georgia is I think Georgia's in number three right now, at a very high spike of new COVID cases and fatalities. So don't take it so lightly, and don't listen to idiots who think they know it all. And for you business owners, don't let your government try to blame you or blame certain patrons of your patrons of your business, or who want to be patrons of your business, as calluses to the spread or the widespread of COVID. Y'all stand y'all dang on ground and stand up to these damn governments, because the thing is, they rather nitpick with you, but they want to stand up to 45. They want band together. All these business band together, go to their government, to their U.S. Senate. They don't do that. So now you got employees sitting up here suffering and stuff monetarily when they don't have to. And then not only that, they're not giving any more business release right now. So my thing is, if they want bars to not house athletes, see, this is a government mandate. This isn't bar owners' mandates. This is government mandate, but the bar owners need to stand the hell up. If you are a hairdresser or barber or any kind of business where you have like public settings, you need to tell your government, look, don't be blaming our patrons. And y'all need to write to Congress. Y'all need to write to U.S. House and Senate and tell them that we need to get some relief. If they don't want us to have certain groups of people to come in and patron our businesses, then they need to give us some type of relief. Put out another PPP loan. Do another EDIC loan. Economic disaster impact loan, disaster loan, whatever it's called. Put out something, but you can't put restrictions on us and then don't give us anything to fall back on. That's all I'm saying. Be safe. Not saying put money first. Hell no, don't do that. But I'm saying use your mouth, because we curse out people all the time for stuff that we don't like for them to do to us. We be very vocal about it. But when it comes to standing to our government, we don't. We be weak, because first thing we say, well, they're gonna do what they want to do, or we don't. If y'all band to damn gather, you can, honey. You can. I promise you. We can have some say in it. Some say now. So don't say I said all to say. He said some say. Doggone it. I'm twisting my words, because people love to twist damn words and stuff and take it out of context. But anywho, that's what I wanted to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your time and watching. And I really, would like for you guys to please support my Gloves On campaign. My Gloves On campaign is me advocating for those with chronic diseases and illnesses and disabilities. Me personally battle quite a few chronic diseases and illnesses myself that has this caused me to be um, disabled in so many ways. I know it doesn't look like it on the surface, but anybody who be around me, like my family and friends that are around me on a regular basis, they see it and they know it. It messes with your cognitive issue. I mean, mess with your cognitive where you can't remember things, structure your sentences right. It messes with your speech. You have speech impediment problem. It takes out your hair. It messes with your skin. Messes with your eyesight. It messes with so many different parts of your body and everything. So if you could please support my Gloves On campaign, you go to the website, my website, www.z for zebra, H for hotel, E for elephant, E for echo, N for November, LLC.com. It's right on the home page. You can scroll down and you just click the button to go to the proper page. And once you go on that page, that web page, you have an option where you can sign the petition. You can make a donation on the website. I specify that. Do not do it through change.org because I'm still battling with them. I had to get an attorney because they've been stealing donations that people been making to my campaign. And or you can purchase our 2021 Gloves On campaign chronic illness and disease awareness calendar. So I really appreciate your support. And so this is another thing, got people who have chronic illness like me that are extremely vulnerable to, these type of viruses and diseases. And if you don't want to do either of those things, you can always make sponsorship or don't. Well, I did mention donation, but you can make a sponsorship donation as well. You could use Cash App if you want. It's $ Z for zebra, H for hotel, E for echo, E for elephant, N for November, LLC. For my Cash App, you can use the PayPal. It's the same thing, CHEEN LLC. Let me tell you, I try to keep things real simple. So everything is going to be ZHEEN LLC. you know, try to make it real simple for you guys, and then you can just go on the website too, and everything is simple on the website. So you can see that, especially if you watch a live stream on my website, because this is live streamed on my website as well. You can actually I have the QR codes. You can just scan them with your phone and you can make a donation like that as well on Cash App and or PayPal or sponsorship or donation. So I really appreciate your help and I am so grateful that I had the opportunity to get up because I ran late. I was supposed to do this at 9 o'clock, but my body was like, no, we're not doing it at 9. I don't want to. We're not. And I'm not going to cooperate till I'm ready. That's one of the things with chronic illnesses and diseases. It makes you very weak, very lethargic, and you can't control it. But I did want to mention that. But I really appreciate you guys so very much. And also, here's every week. I'm going to probably do it like twice a week, though, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to feature a business, a small independent melanin owned business. And this week, yeah, I'm featuring TBIG LLC, which is a melanin woman owned warehouse. Yes, honey, she's a mini Sam's, a mini Costco, a mini BJ's out in Douglasville, Georgia. The address, let me make sure I get it right. Okay, yeah. 3745 Kings Highway, Suite C, Douglasville, Georgia, 30135. So make sure you guys go out this weekend and support her business. Go in there. She has Dove. As a matter of fact, those who are on IG, you all can't see what I'm doing, but those who are watching me live stream from my website and on can't get out YouTube and on Facebook, you all can see. you all can see. And so I just put up a little bit, just a real small glimpse of the inventory because it's so much. And I go there, I love to go there and get things. It comes in so much handy, very handy for someone like me who has chronic illnesses and diseases, because I can prep my meals. I have get containers to pre-prep my meals and stuff. Little sauce blocks and stuff. I mean, cups. For your condiments. I like to make my own condiments from scratch. It's just a lot of different things that I like to do. And she has this warehouse, TBIG LLC. This warehouse have these items, and to me, I believe they're cheaper than Sam's. Like they have a case of toilet paper, 96 rolls toilet paper, cheaper than what you would get a case of 40 rolls or 60 rolls of toilet paper at Sam's. So I'm just saying, like, go check her out. Check this business out. It's called TBIG LLC. And if you're watching me live stream from my website, from YouTube or Facebook, you'll see the information. But for those who are watching me on IG, you're not going to see it. But it's TBIG LLC, and the address again is 3745 Kings Highway, Suite C is in Charlie, Douglasville, Georgia 30135. And so I think that's it. And I do appreciate you guys so very much. You all take care. God bless, one love, peace. And I'm out like a light. If it lets me out like a light this time, it may not, because sometimes, especially with IG never want to let me go. So I told you I don't